I don't care what wars are being fought, what dangers you face. If a society lacks a foundation where they can't even agree on the most fundamental objective truths, nothing else matters. That's why I believe the most important fight in any society will always be over what's considered normal. And foreign countries know that, which is why they are fueling all this online in countries like ours, not to distract or divide, but to destroy our countries from the inside out. So when people claim the woke shit is just a distraction, they're really only referring to the objection to it. Because if you really think wokeness is a distraction, then you should be okay removing the distraction and returning to the norms of society pre-2010. But if you aren't, then all this wasn't just to distract you. It succeeded in changing you. Now, you might think this is just a phase and the pendulum will swing back, but kids today are growing up in a world where everything now is normal to them. And if there's one thing history can teach us, humans will go along with whatever norm they are raised in. Kids now don't have the last couple decades as a reference to see how sudden and unnaturally everything changed. And you know the word for what's considered normal in a society? Culture. Which is why it's very fitting the same side that's trying to radically change the established culture in a country has turned the term culture into a caricature with the term culture war, a term the right stupidly embraces. Culture war is the perfect term the left uses to get their way. It's the progressives' equivalent of the term social justice warrior to use against anyone who poses any resistance to the progressive ideology. Accept their ideas and live by their progressive ways, because if you resist, then you're a loser concerned with the culture war. The term culture war also paints a false picture that there are two sides at battle for their culture to become the winning culture. There already is an established culture in a country. There's just one side who's constantly trying to progressively change the culture until people are sick of arguing about it and let them have their way. Truth is, it's not a culture war. It's just war. Culture is everything. It's all we have. Culture is the only thing that separates a country like America from a poor country where people live like rats. Yet every day, our culture is being diluted externally through immigration, where people bring the culture from worse countries they're trying to escape, preventing those born in countries like ours for multiple generations from maintaining their culture and growing it organically from within. But our culture is not just being destroyed externally, but internally as well. Think about it. What's considered cool in today's culture? Increasingly, the people considered the coolest in our culture have become those associated with the rap and hip-hop scene, which promotes a culture of violence, illiteracy, greed, narcissism, and women being sluts. A primitive culture, which is a big step back from the evolution of our culture to this point. The reason I bring that up is because in today's culture, there's nothing people want more than to be cool. Most people seek that external acceptance of being seen as cool, more than internal acceptance of their own self. That's a huge issue, which is why calling it a culture war is a really smart tactic by the left, because everyone wants to be cool and not be seen as some loser engaging in the culture war. So most people avoid discussing these sorts of issues and just let progressives have their way, letting progressives change the culture of the country without resistance, leaving it to the fringes on both the left and right to argue, while everyone else ignores the debate, pretending to be too cool for it. That's how they win. After all, since we were kids in school, those who humans perceive as cool are people who act like they don't care about shit. So hey, why do you care? Don't be a culture warrior. Be cool. Just sit back and ignore us as we continue to move the line and shape the societal norms everyone is forced to live by. I know people will say all of this is just first world problems. Other countries have to worry about wars and shit. Yeah, well, if you want to remain a first world country, you should only be concerned about first world problems. Your country is the only country you should ever be concerned with. If you let shithole countries' cultures allow you to feel better about your country so you lower your standards of what you should care about, that's how a country falls. Or you can just be Canada and speed up the process by bringing a huge constant stream of immigrants over from those countries and dilute your culture directly.